Let's say real and apparent depth. This is one of the application of refraction of light. If you see any object inside the liquid or water, you can see here in this diagram the height from the surface to the bottom, or when you measure the length from surface of water to the bottom of the liquid. Here on the bottom there is an object O. If you measure the length AO, then this length is called real depth. But if you see from the same object from outside, then it appears to be less depth, or its depth will be little bit less than its actual depth. Then this less depth or lesser depth from surface A. So this image will be at the point I, then length AI is called apparent depth. Now the relation between refractive index and this depth or this length is equal to refractive index A mu m, which is equal to OA, which is OA is real depth, which is divided by IA, which is apparent depth. This ratio is equal to refractive index of that medium. Now to find the apparent depth, this will be equal to real depth can be divided by the refractive index of medium or refractive index of that liquid. And how much is the difference between real depth and real depth and apparent depth? This is called shift. Shift equal to real depth multiplies bracket 1 minus 1 divided by its refractive index. So this is the shift or difference between real and apparent depth. Now you can see its application or some few consequences. Apparent depth or apparent bending of a stick underwater. You can see here now, if you keep inside any sticks and if you see this from outside, now it looks like that it is bending. So it is bending due to the refraction of light. Actual point was down here P, but due to refraction of light or bending of light, it appears to be at some point P dash. So sticks looks like a bending. And similarly, other consequences you can see here now, stars appearing twinkling in the sky due to the changing refractive index of air with temperature. And number 2, a water tank appears shallow than its actual depth. Similarly, there are many consequences you can see in your textbook.